checking up on myself, making sure my account's actually doing what I think it's supposed to do. Who knows? Still figuring this stuff all out. If nothing else, at least now I can confirm that, you know, the ho hopefully now the microphone is not muted. So yes, okay, good, 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 good. It is on. So okay, yesterday I was looking at this particular problem. I choked on it. Did the first one. This is the second problem I did yesterday. The first one went pretty smoothly. The second one, I was kind of not sure what I was doing. I was running out of time because I wasn't sure how long I wanted to go. I've had some time to think about it. So yeah, we're going to tackle this one today. So speaking of not knowing what I wanted to do, I'm going to set a timer for 25 minutes to focus on not necessarily just this problem, but I want to really time box this because it shouldn't. Most of these problems should be done fairly quickly at the easy level. And if I'm running into a problem, this is a way for me to tell myself, hey, maybe you don't understand the problem, or maybe you don't understand what you're doing. Because you can't do it in 25 minutes on the easy level, you need to go back and sort of review. So here we go. Okay, so I didn't work on this too much last night because I wanted to save it for this dedicated focus time. But one thing I immediately noticed was when we ended this yesterday, there was sort of an infinite loop. It was timing out, and it really shouldn't have. And that was me right here. This should have been out a level. So that way, while we're iterating through the list, while head.next exists, we will always progress through there. So, right or wrong, well, let me rephrase that. Having that indented is wrong because it will only that will only happen if the value actually happens to match the value that we're looking for, and that is not always the case. So instead we're going to do this. Now I did this last night, so I actually know this is not going to work, but I'm going to do it first just to show that it will fail. And I believe it fails for all three, or is it only the first two? Oh, whoops, well, head.next. Yeah, okay, so the problem here is we have a test case where nothing is sent in, which is test case 2. So in that case, actually before I answer that, let me say this out loud. You know, the hardest thing when doing these types of exercises is catching the edge cases. And the edge case of no data being sent in is a very common one on Leetcode and all these others. Now, having said that, they do make sure that what is sent in is of the correct type, and they also usually provide you constraints saying, you know, we're not going to go, you know, above the number 50, and you know, there's not going to be more than, you know, 10 to the fourth number of nodes, that type of thing. So those are error checks that would need to happen in like production style code. But thankfully for this one, we're not really concerned about that, but we are concerned about making sure that you know, this basic type is covered, the basic type of edge case is covered. So okay, so if not head, and we return none. And this is based off of example 2 over here. If you look, it actually says if head is empty, empty list, which, as we kind of talked about yesterday, this is a little bit misleading because it's not actually a list of numbers or integers that are being sent in. It's actually this list node class that's being sent in. So at any rate, in this case we can just say if not head, because an empty list and none are equivalent when you're doing an if check like that. So, and I think yesterday we also kind of discovered that you could return none, and that was valid for the typing on the output here. So, okay, enough chat. Let's code, or let's test rather. So, okay, good. We got past case 2, case 1, and case 3 are both bad. Now, let's see here. Case 1, we just absolutely did not catch the numbers we were supposed to catch. So, which is actually a little bit surprising because that's what this code is, and it's what this code is supposed to do. Now, oh, you know what? This should actually be out here also. Because, again, only if that matches. So let me rerun that because that will probably... Ah, yeah, okay, good, good. We got rid of one of them. So now we have the other interesting edge case, which is the last value happens to be a number of interest. And we also need to cover the... if the first value is one that we're interested in also. So how are we doing on time? Good, plenty of time. So I'm going to delete this comment for the moment just to clear it up for my benefit so I can sort of think clearly, hopefully, about this. So we need to make sure that the last value okay, so what's happening here is it's coming through so it's iterating through. So head.next is pointing to the next thing. So 5 is pointing to 6. That's true. And then we get to 6 down here. We move head to next. And at the top of the loop, it's saying, well, head.next. Well, head.next doesn't exist. But we also have not actually processed the last value yet. So we need to change this. So let's see, how can we do this? We just, I don't like this approach, but I want to keep moving. So I'll just say while true. And then I'll say if head.next to this, otherwise break. So what this will do is always iterate through the list until it gets to a point where head.next doesn't exist. And let's think about this just a quick second here. So when I get to this last value, when we're at 5 and 6, head.next exists, so we move it head, we come down here, that gets that value, and then head.next equals, here we go. But I need to also do this one. If previous, if head.next else. So this right here will cut off that last line. Oops. So we're basically saying, hey, if there's if we have more items to go through in head, assign the previous to the next. Otherwise, we're at the end of the line and just do that. So my theory is that this will solve case 1. I think case 3 will still not work because we have 1 at the beginning. I don't think we're handling the beginning correctly yet. So let's test it out and see. Ah, yes. Woo! Okay, small victories. So we have tackled case 1, output match or matches the expected, yay. So now we need to handle the beginning. So what if the beginning is so if not previous, then so for the beginning we're going to keep previous equal to none because we're at the beginning. So we can just say head equals head dot next. This is kind of an interesting one because now we're moving ahead, but we still want to keep previous equal to none in this case. So could I just do continue? I'm going to make a note. Maybe. I'm just going to run it just to see if we get a lower number of, oh, no, it actually increased it. So, okay, that's, I don't think this will work, but I like to run things. None type has no. Ooh. Actually, you know what? This is kind of a repeat of what's down here. So if head.next, head continue. Yeah, I actually think that continue might be necessary, or might be what I want to do, because I hate doing duplicate logic, but okay, that didn't quite work. Okay, so that didn't quite go the way I did. Because if you have two blocks that look very similar, that's a sign that you might have missed something. Kind of a red flag to me. Okay, let me delete this out. So this logic I'm happy with because it catches the middle and the end. getting it down to 2. See, my goal here is to just march through this. So, okay, so previous does not exist. If head dot next head equals head dot next, so we're just going to set the head to itself, or to its next, which should skip over. And okay. Previous is still none, which it should be because we're at the beginning. Okay. I know I look like I'm completely just redoing what I had before. It's beautiful. Every time I do that, the list gets longer, the output gets longer. Oh, wait a second. Return output. I'm not actually setting output. Output's always set to what came in. Oh, crap. This might have been a problem. Okay, so, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, how the hell did I do that? Oh, head is the, okay, head is the initial node. Oh, that might be my answer. I might, if previous, if not previous, and head.next. There we go. I need to say, oops, output equals head here to preserve the pointer that is pointing to that. Okay, that worked there. Oh, we got it down to 1. Sweet. Okay. Moving in the right direction here. Okay, so if head.next, okay, so if we don't have a head.next, else output equals none, because you can't do anything else. And we can break. Okay, good. Okay. Again, not thrilled how similar these if statements look, but I'm just looking to solve this at this point. So we'll submit it, see what happens. And got a wrong answer. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Okay, I was kind of hoping I'd get to show off this. This is one of the things I like about Leetcode is in the, it ran 50 out of 66 test cases and 1 failed. So the one that failed, we can say use test case. So now suddenly this comes over here and I can just rerun my code on that test specifically and see what failed. So, okay. This is interesting because for some reason I didn't catch okay, So we start at 1. Value does not match, so we previous equals head, head dot next. That's true. We loop back around. Head dot val will be 2. We come in here, and previous was 1. So we look at head. If head dot next is there, we say yes. We should be going to that. Then we fall all the way out to here. Oh, we're skipping over it. Oh, okay. Should we be skipping out over it? Okay, see what's happening here. So this if statement evaluates to true. We say head dot next, and then we come down here and we say previous equals head dot next. But right here we're saying, oh well, head's already been moved. Is there a head dot next? We're actually skipping a number, so this is very bad. We should not be doing that. As a matter of fact, you know what? An easy fix for this is to say, oops, else. Instead of blindly assuming, because what happened is the if statement evaluated to true, and then it basically repeated some logic. This goes back to what I was saying about there's too many if statements that look similar. So, what button did I? Okay, so clearly that was not expected. Just to actually, you know what? Just realized that doing this line and this line are overriding each other. Just for giggles, comment that line out and see. That actually might be my problem. I hit Control S all the time just out of habit, so that's why I keep saying it'll save it locally. Interesting. Catches that one. Did nothing there. Okay, I did not mean to turn this one into a PhD dissertation. I still have like 2 minutes left. For folks joining, hello. Hello. Oh man. This is the downside of working in public. I feel embarrassed by this, but I need to learn. Why am I not getting this? So, honestly, if I run out of time before I solve this, I'm probably going to solve it on my own and just present it tomorrow and then do a different problem. God, my eyes are blurring now. I'm convinced that this is bad. And head dot values out. Otherwise, previous equals head. And if head dot next, head equals head dot next. Otherwise, we're at the end. Ah, viewer left. Oh well. I'm not looking for numbers, so numbers of viewers. I'm looking for numbers here. This is one of those moments where I wish I had the debugger. So instead we're just gonna print head. Ah, crapola. Let's stop the timer. We ran out, I've gone over 25 minutes, but you know what, we're gonna keep going. Just spelled correctly. Actually, because this is an infinite loop, it might not, yeah. Oops. Counter equals 10. If counter, oops, 0 greater than 10, break counter plus equal 1. So let's look at the output. Actually, yeah, I want to understand the output on this one because I feel like it should be. So it matches and then just stays stuck at 6. Okay, good, good. This tells me where to look. So it got into the match. Head dot next. Oh, that's why, that's why. I need to put head dot next. That's backwards. Oh, I changed this. Yes. And head equals head dot next because I'm not doing that down there. Okay, painful, painful, painful. Thank you all for sticking it out. Humans and bots, I appreciate you both. Gonna submit. Interesting. Another end case. So, that's weird because I had this one's at the end So it would be here, head.next. That doesn't make sense. Head equals previous. Yeah, I think that's it. Previous exists. Head.next does not exist because we are that one. That can't be it. The same object. Yeah. How long have I been going here? 32 minutes, okay. Oh, so close. You know what's crazy is I got it before, because I was like failing at like 50 something out of 66. So let's look at what the next one was. Well, over there it had a break. Can't believe it would be this, but stranger things have happened. I'm not thinking right now. This is throwing shit at the wall. This is not good. Whenever you are just thrashing about, that means you have lost your train of thought on what you should be doing, and that is not good. Okay, because I've lost my train of thought, I'm going to see what happens if I take this continue out. Because I don't think it should be there. I think... honestly, a lot of these can be probably removed. Okay, this is good. This is the simplification part. I'm going to remove the counter. Just get all the visual noise out of here while making me think I'm making progress. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm gonna have a timeout. Okay. That means I have shitty code. Okay, like I couldn't tell that to begin with, but man. Okay. I do have something not right in here. Okay, what happened there was I have this counter in place to just help prevent um, overruns. And that was what was maybe preventing a bug. Interesting, interesting. Hmm. So now, okay, so I know I said I was going to stop the stream, but now I'm kind of... I see a really bad way that I could probably solve this, which is to increase counter up to 100. Actually, probably didn't need to be that high, because over here in the description it says it's going to be less than 50. Oh, number of nodes could be 10 to the 4th. Well, yeah, we'll just do 100. This is not the answer, kids. This is a really bad approach. So, okay, it solves that problem. But that is not really solving it. That's a hack. So, okay. I have made myself feel dumb enough for today on a stream. So I am going to stop the stream now. Thank you all for joining, and we'll figure this out next time.